Hello, Felicia's Travel. Well, this is your girl Fee, back to you with more things to do in Houston. So y'all already know, since my baby moved to Houston, we hit up Houston every single month. So every single month, I'm going to be sharing with you new places to go, new places to eat, and new places to stay. So let's go. Starting with number one. My first place in the top of my list is Esther's. Esther! Girl, who recipe did you steal? Was it your mama, your grandmama, your great-grandmama? Because when I tell you, that food was so delicious, I was really afraid to go there. I'm going to be honest, because the first thing my daughter said is, Mama, it's buffet style. And anybody know me know I really don't do the whole buffet thing. But Esther, when I tell you, you did the darn thing. You did the darn thing. So let me tell y'all, they oxtails and rice was the bomb.com. Their Cajun fried catfish was the bomb.com. Their macaroni and cheese was the bomb.com. And so was the collard greens and cornbread. It was absolutely delicious. But my only little issue with Esther's, girl, the dressing, it was just missing something. I guess when you eating all of that good food and then you taste that dressing, it was a little bit bland, borderline dry. It's like it needed some gravy or something on it. So that would be my only thumbs down for Esther. But when I tell you that it was and then the place was very nice for a buffet style place. So Esther, again, shout out to you. You did it. And that is number one on my list for August. You must try Esther's if you're ever in Houston. And so another place that we tried for breakfast was a place called Snooze. And Snooze was delicious. So you see the picture of the strawberry pancakes located here. You see the crab cakes, as well as what else did we have? The crab cakes, the strawberry pancakes was delicious at Snooze. The crab cakes had some avocado on it, and it was very, very good. And so that would be a recommendation for a breakfast place. And so y'all don't know I don't get paid for these reviews, so I'm coming to you real raw with the truth, with my honest review of places to eat. And so my third place will be Gotti's. That's my third recommendation for Houston. Gotti's, Gottis. And again, I got to keep it 100 with y'all. When we first pulled up, they were dragging one of the employees out of the building. And so by the time we got in, the girl ran back in. They started another little confrontation. They had to drag her back out again. So this was not customers that were into it. These were actual employees about to scrap in the place. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this ain't the place I want to be. Because, you know, when something like that pop off, you know, sometimes people in the heat of the moment, you never know what they may come back with. You never know what may ensue from that. And so my first thing was, this ain't the place for us to eat today. Even though I had read the reviews and they said the food was really delicious. But let me tell you what made me stay. I had paid $30 for parking. And it was, I don't care if you stayed there 1 minute or you stayed there 10 hours. That they charged us that $30. So I'm like, I done paid my $30, so we are going to eat here today. Do you hear me? And so, but I'm so glad that I stayed, because after all of that foolishness calmed down, I must say that the server that we had, she was extremely nice. And then it was a group of the waiters and waitresses. They did a whole TikTok, and they invited me and my family to be in the Give Me My Money challenge, and we enjoyed it, and we really had a good time. And as far as the food, ribeye on point, and man, the deep fried lobster with the seafood rice was delicious, and the wings were delicious. So again, they had very, very good food. So that is number 3 on my list of places to eat. Now, of course, if y'all follow my travel page, y'all know we eat a lot of crab legs. That's something that we enjoy eating. So this time we tried a place called Fat Crab, and of course the crab legs, they were good. I wouldn't say, hey, they gonna outdo other places in Texas. It was just your normal crab legs. And so, but not a bad place if you're into crab legs. And so as far as things to do, we tried a bowling alley called Bowl and Creek. Bowl and Barrel, my bad. Not Bowling Creek, Bowl and Barrel. And the thing that I liked about this bowling alley, it was just its aesthetics. It was very nice. It had this rustic look to it with the brown, the light tones and the dark brown tones. And it was very rustic. And then They will bring your shoes. You know, you pick up your little shoes at the counter. No, they ask you to go sit on your lane. They will bring you your shoes. And then a waiter will actually come take your order for the food. You don't have to go up to the little counter to get your food. They bring everything to you. The shoes, the food, the drinks, everything. So I really like that. To me, it added an extra level to bowling with the customer service. And y'all know how I am about customer service. I love people who have A1 customer service. In most bowling alleys, you have to go to the little food section and order your food. Wait a minute, then you got to go back and pick it up. No, they ain't doing that. They bring it to you. They even bring your shoes to you. And I love it, and I love the look. So Bowl & Barrel is a place to do. If you just want to have some family fun, that will be one of my number one recommendations for this month. Now, I normally give you places to stay, but this time, guys, I don't have places to recommend you to stay, because the 2 places I stayed, I would not recommend, because again, I got to keep it 100 with you all. So the first place that we stayed at when we first got to town Friday morning is a place called Hilton Houston Post Oaks by the Galleria. Hilton Houston Post Oaks by the Galleria. Now, when I got there, the lobby was very nice. And y'all know how they do. Most lobbies, they make sure they look nice. When we got up to the room, I was a little bit disappointed. And I'm going to tell you why I was a little bit disappointed, because most of really for me, I like the modern hotels. I like the really nice hotels. I'm a Hilton girl, so most of the time I stay at either a Hilton or a Marriott. And I like the Curio collections when it comes to Hilton, so that's normally where I try to stay. But y'all know, y'all girl, we're trying to ball on a budget. I'm trying to level up on my finances, so I'm really trying to ball on a budget. Budget being the key word in that sentence. And so we stay at the Hilton Houston Post Oaks, and we got to the room, and let me say this about the room first. It was very spacious, but it was very outdated. The beds were very comfortable, so I can say that. So that was a plus. So the spaciousness and the comfortability of the beds. Now, as far as the aesthetics, it was very outdated. But let me tell y'all what got to me and why I would not recommend Post Oaks. So I'm a woman of a certain age, and when I tell y'all hot flashes be flashing right, so I normally, when I go to bed, whether I'm at home or whether I'm traveling with my husband, I always keep a cup of ice on the side of the bed in case a hot flash hit. I can just go over and sip my cold water. So I got my Yeti cup, go to the ice machine on floor 3. So Hilton Houston, go to floor 3, Post Oaks. Let me make sure I add that when I say Hilton Houston, Post Oaks. Go to the 3rd floor and do something about that ice machine. So my daughter said, I can smell the mold before you even get the ice out of your cup, Mom. And I'm saying to myself, surely it ain't this ice machine. Maybe something over in the corner. Maybe something up under there they didn't clean. I don't know. But I got to get my ice, right? So took my little Yeti cup, put it on the ice machine, and it just smelled god awful. It actually smelled like I had just put poop in my cup. And it was so ridiculous. It was so ridiculous to the point we checked out the next day. When we checked out the next day, we stayed at the Hilton Garden Inn North. Was the second hotel. Would I recommend it? Nah, not really. It was okay. It wasn't as spacious as the one at Post Oaks. The bed wasn't as comfortable. It was sort of small. It was a little bit more updated, but again, that ain't what I would recommend. Just not my place. So I really don't have any places to stay, say to recommend for that. Now, I do want to recommend shopping though, and y'all know every time, y'all know how me and my daughter is. We like the shopping queen, so we always gonna hit the Galleria. So I'm gonna recommend to you again the Galleria. But I also want to add this time the Outlet. I think we spent like 4.5 hours at the Outlet. And so that is a place you most definitely want to try. It's the Outlet in the Galleria for your shopping needs when you are in Houston. And so that's all, you all. So leave comments if you try these places and let me know.